Well, today I am honored and I am challenged. I'm excited to be here and honored because I get to spend the day with you and to help you find a way to unlock your life and live the first-class life. So, unlock the life you've always desired and live first class. I don't remember the next slide. Oh, I got the clicker. That's why I can't get to it, Leonard. Come on. So, have you ever wondered what it would be like to wake up every morning and know that this day is going to bring to you everything you wanted and hoped for? How many of you have ever wondered that? How many of you would like to have that? Yes or yes? Okay, so have you ever wondered what it would be like to have less stress in your life? How many of you would like that? Yes or yes? Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have the perfect relationship with the people that you love in addition to maybe the people you don't love as much? Would that be a fabulous place to be in your life? Yes or yes? Well, what you are about to discover is how to get from being stuck to being free and living a happy, fulfilled life. What you're about to discover is how easy it is to live first class. How easy it is to have the abundance you want in all areas in your life. By the end of our time together, you will know exactly the steps that you need to take to get from where you are to where you want to be. Okay? The problem is we are often overworked, underappreciated, feel stuck in the day-to-day. The problem is we don't feel like we can go to the next level. The problem is we don't know where to begin. Is there anyone here who's ever faced a problem of not knowing where to begin? Is there anyone here that's maybe faced not knowing what to do? Yeah, I face that sometimes. It's not just where to begin. It's I've begun, but now what? Well, I know that you can get to where you want to be. So what is living first class? Living first class is knowing yourself, being happy. I gotta go over here. Knowing yourself and being happy. And finding that path that takes you to the accomplishments that you want. It takes you to that path of wealth, of health, of love. It takes you to complete and total freedom. Now, how many of you would love to have complete and total freedom? So why live first class? Well, because believe it or not, you are worth it. Sometimes people don't believe they're worth it, but you are worth it, and I know you know deep down inside you're worth it. So that's why you want to live first class. Why first class? Because why living first class, put that there? Because it's got powerful self-healing techniques. And why live first class? Because anyone can do it. So the time is now to do this. And why now? Because if not now, when? Have you ever heard anyone say, someday when? Someday when? That was a big thing when I was a kid. My dad would say, well, someday when we have more time. Did more time ever come before he passed away? No. We will do this when we've made enough money. That time doesn't always come. So, the time is now to gain that satisfaction you're living. In fact, I want you to find happiness and fulfillment when? Now. When do you want happiness and fulfillment? Now. Okay, so why listen to me? Who am I? Well, Dr. Karen Perkins. I'm an international speaker, author of 2 best-selling books. I've written all this and done all that, but the truth is I'm a person just like you who had to learn the hard way to get what I needed and wanted in life, how to discover that. And I discovered that, and I want to bring that to you today. I'm going to bring that to you today. So, I want you to imagine this, if you will, for a minute. Now, I've been asking you what it would be like to be happy, to have a good attitude, maybe to live where it is you want to be. Well, I taught people for several years positive attitudes. But let's face it, some days you wake up and you're just not happy. You want to be negative. I just want to live in this because I got out on the wrong side of the bed, and by darn, I'm staying there. Has anyone here ever experienced a day where you just didn't want to change? Okay, well, I had one of those days. And quick example, I was speaking. I was in my hometown, which is not necessarily a bad thing, only I have found in my hometown, people just didn't seem to listen as much because I wasn't from far away. I got to my hotel. The boxes weren't there. The people who were supposed to help me set up weren't there. The room smelled horrible. In fact, I found out later that the people who had the room the night before had an event and had spilled milk on the floor, and they failed to clean it up. Anyone here ever smelled day-old milk, rotted milk? Yeah, is that nasty? Say yes or yes. Yeah, that's nasty. So I'm putting on a good face. I'm teaching this course on the power of positivity. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, can't wait for this day to end. I'm hating this. I don't want to be there. Everything is awful. And you know, sure enough, to interrupt my day there toward the end of the presentation, here comes running in the guy from the hotel with the phone, and he says, Miss, and at the time it wasn't Perkins, Miss Martin, I have an emergency call for you. And I will never forget and will forever be horrified at what my first thought was. Because my thought was, somebody better be dead or dying if they're going to be interrupting me while I'm presenting. And I took that phone call, going, yeah, what? And I will never forget time standing still. I could hear the clock ticking. I could feel my heart pounding. The fragrance of the milk, it just was overwhelming. And I was in shock because what the call was, Karen, your son is being rushed to the emergency room. He just attempted suicide. Now, for years, I had taught to have an attitude of gratitude. This was not a moment that most people could find an attitude of gratitude. But for the sake of survival, my mind, from years of practice, went there. What did I have to be grateful for? Well, I was grateful he wasn't successful. I was grateful that I was at home. I was grateful that, guess what? My flight didn't leave for 6 hours. And I was grateful that we had a leading institute to help people who had attempted suicide in our area. Now, what if he had been successful? What gratitudes could I have possibly felt then? Well, I should have been down here, I know. I'm grateful he's not in pain anymore, maybe? How about I'm grateful that I have friends and family to help love and support me through this? Maybe I'm grateful that I would know what to expect because I had a best friend that went through this and I got to go through it with her. I'm not grateful she went through it. I'm grateful that I would know what to expect. Now, fortunately, he wasn't successful. And fortunately, I had 6 hours. Now, some of you may be saying, but you left in 6 hours, and I did, because I knew that once they got him out of emergency, that they would take him to a psych ward, and they would not allow anyone to visit him for at least a month, or at least a week.
Wow.
And I was grateful that I would have something to do for that week, so that my mind could be occupied on other things instead of just freaking out over the situation. So my attitude of gratitude saved me. So I got to the hospital and I looked at him. And I had this overwhelming empathy and love for him. And I looked at him with love. I looked at him with, what can I do to help you? I am so sorry. I didn't realize your life had gotten to this. And I made a decision right then and there. I was going to choose a better life for me as an example for my family. And I was going to come up with a system and a way for everyone to be able to feel that there was a purpose. I never, ever again wanted to see another person feel like there was no value in living. Never. I wanted everyone to have a first-class experience. Everyone. How many of you would love to have a first-class experience? How many of you would love to know that you could learn skills to help your loved ones not go through what my son went through?
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I'm here today, is to help you get to that point. Well, because I know that living first class equals freedom. I know that living first class helps you feel the value that you need to feel. I know living first class helps you feel the value to help others. And I know living first class, quite frankly, is fun. It's fun. How many of you would like to have some fun and adventure as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
This is good.
Well, what are some challenges that people face? Well, people, again, as we said earlier, they may feel overwhelmed. They may believe that I can't live first class. They may believe that it's not possible, that this is a pipe dream, that first class is just for the rare few. Those are some of the challenges that people tell me they face. And quite honestly, those are some challenges that I believed in the past. And those are not true. Living first class system is going to take you through step by step of how to get beyond that thinking. I love it. I think it was Jim Rohn. They used to call it that stinking thinking. That you're not worth it, that it's never going to happen, that it's a pipe dream. So I'm going to help you get past that stinking thinking and get you to where you're living first class and you are helping those that you love see the first class life and live it too. How many of you would like that? Say yes or yes?
Yes.
Okay. So here's my bigger reason. It ties back to the story I just told you. True story. My bigger reason is I don't want any other mother or father getting that phone call. My bigger reason is I don't want you or you or you or any of your loved ones to feel like there's no purpose and to get to the point that my son had gotten to. That's my bigger reason. My bigger reason is I want this world to be a happy, beautiful place where people feel like there is a reason for every day and they're excited to face that day. They know that there's going to be something wonderful and joyous for them. That is my bigger reason. And I want you to have that kind of a day.